Welcome back, everyone. Christmas is right around the corner, but there's still time for Santa to move you to the naughty list. Today, we're taking a look at some of the people who made the nice list and some people who fell short. Joe Bartels starts us off in Las Vegas, where a holiday display with a political message is stirring up much more than controversy.
The lights and decorations are a sign of the season, but there's another sign that's got this neighborhood turning their heads.
I sadly wasn't shocked. I was upset. I still am. I don't understand how anyone thinks they have the right to do this.
A shattered window, a big hole in the screen, and a large rock still stuck. Evidence of someone who may have taken offense to this 4-foot by 8-foot sign. Homeowner Sam Krevich says the sign is clearly directed at the commander-in-chief.
I get it. I get that right now things are politically charged, especially right now. But maybe because I can't imagine doing this to somebody else, I didn't think anyone would be doing it to me.
Sam is used to incorporating politics into her decorations. During Halloween, another impeachment sign went up and 2 of the letters mysteriously disappeared, and things seem to be getting worse. Earlier this week, a carton of grade A's were thrown at her home. Eggshells litter her rocks, yellow yolk plastered to her stucco, and the floodlight illuminating the sign was unplugged. Now, the shattered window.
While we use this as a spare room, this could have been a child's room. And if a rock that size came through the window, it could have killed somebody. And all for what? Because you don't agree with a sign? That's so unacceptable.
Some in the neighborhood don't agree with the method or the message.
As big as a Trump fan as I am, I'm not going to put out signs in front of my house because it will attract people doing things to my house.
Neighbor Lloyd Power believes it's likely neighborhood teens. Nobody knows for sure, though, but the sign has poked a political nerve.
Put up a sign saying you're a Bernie fan. Put up a sign saying that you're a Trump fan. That's fine. This is America. You get to do that. But to throw up a sign like that and just publicize your opinion, I go, it just draws too much attention.
In September, the Clark County Republican Party headquarters vandalized. The front glass window busted out, a sign of the times in a divided political climate.
And remember, Santa sees everything. Whoever did that is finding themselves on the naughty list. Krivich says that she is filing a police report and adding extra security to her home. She has since removed the sign. A man in Boston says another Grinch is stealing the holiday spirit in Beantown. He's going after Christmas wreaths that many people put on their doors this time of year. But he was caught on security camera. Take a look. This Grinch wore a leather jacket and red sneakers as he walked down a sidewalk in the South End carrying 2 wreaths already, one in his arm and one in the bag. First, the man tries to lift the wreath off of the front door. You can see it there, but finds it's tied to a hook with string. So what does he do? He decides to come back a few minutes later with scissors, cuts the string, and then carries the wreath away. The homeowner, Alex, says that the thief was bold enough to do it a 3rd year in a row, but this year was different because he got a security camera.
Kind of like investigate around the area to see if any other people were losing their wreaths as well, and a couple of people were wondering where the wreaths went.
Unlike the Dr. Seuss character, Alex believes his Grinch is targeting only artificial decorations, one that can be sold before next Christmas. He has installed a new wreath, this time though with a steel cable and padlock. He says for him, wreaths symbolize hugs. Now to someone on the nice list. The delivery driver was recorded by a doorbell camera doing a happy dance after finding a sweet surprise left on a family's doorstep. An unexpected surprise brought a whole lot of joy to this Amazon delivery driver. You can see him there breaking it down. Sarah Barnes says that she did a lot Christmas shopping online this season and wanted to give something to those delivering the goods, something to smile about.
All of my Christmas shopping was done online, and so I knew that the delivery workers were going to be working extra and coming to my house more than usual, and so I just wanted to put out a little something to let them know that they're appreciated.
Barnes says while a lot of drivers take a treat, none of them have responded quite like this. He apparently really loved Capri Sun. A few shoulder pops there and some shuffles later, and this guy is back to work in his delivery truck. Barnes has said that she really wanted to track him down and buy him a whole box of Capri Sun. Well, Wednesday she did get her chance. She got to meet with the Amazon guy, Kyle Smith, and learn the reason why he was so ecstatic to get the snacks. Turns out he'd forgotten his lunch that day.
I was wanting water, I was wanting snacks, I had nothing in my car. So when I got there, I was like, she saved my life.
Barnes hopes sharing the video will encourage more people to do something else for others. And it looks like Barnes will be on the right side of the list this year. And with that kind of childlike joy and a grateful heart, I bet the delivery driver will be too. A postal worker is going viral after going above and beyond to help a woman who lost a special ring containing her husband's ashes. Christine Berman says the package containing the ring never made it to her Las Vegas home this week. Apparently, it was delivered to the wrong address when a postal employee wrote the incorrect address number on it. A postal worker was able to track it down via proof of delivery, which helped the delivery mailman who dropped it off track it down and pick it back up again. Berman says that she's incredibly grateful since the ring is so personal to her.
Be diligent, check that tracking, know when that package is coming in, sign up for the alerts, sign up for proof of delivery.
Berman's package is just one of millions being shipped and delivered this week. Postal workers across the country are working overtime to meet the holiday demand. Should you lose a package or it's delayed, the Postal Service recommends contacting their hotline at 1-800-ASK-USPS. Giving exceptional customer service seems like a nice list material to me. Good job to that mail carrier. And an Atlanta family got a huge surprise when they brought their live Christmas tree home this year. Kate Newman loves owls. She got several owl ornaments on her tree, but then when her 10-year-old daughter came to her in tears saying one of the ornaments scared her, she decided to investigate. Turns out a real owl was rocking around that Christmas tree. The family tried leaving their doors and windows open all night, but the raptor stayed put. So the McBrides called a wildlife expert who came and captured the bird. Judging by how thin the eastern screech owl was, he thinks it was in the tree as long as they had it in their house. That's more than a week long. Newman says that she doesn't think that the visitor flew too far away. She swears that she can still hear it hooting at night.